episode of the World Warriors podcast. I am Will, and Thame should normally say that I am Thame right now.
I'm the Thaminator.
And our host that wasn't here last week, but is here this week, Rock.
What's going on, fellas? Everybody.
Alright, and this week we have two guests. We have Babatomer and JTDetective.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Alright, so apparently I took a little bit too long with my intro, but let's go ahead and get started with Bab and I.
Yeah.
And, Thoro, if you want to start them on the Street Fighter 10.
Say again?
I was asking Thoro if he'd I'm sorry, Thame. Thame, do you want to start them on the Street Fighter 10?
Alright, JT, I'll ask you since you're not playing first. We got 10 questions, the Street Fighter 10. Number 1, how did you get into Street Fighter? JT, this is you.
Okay, yeah. Well, I got started on Street Fighter with Street Fighter 2.
Okay.
Basically, I just watched from the sidelines. I never did play it.
Are you ready?
But when I did play it, it was Alpha on the arcades. And basically, I mostly played Adon. And yeah, it wasn't very good, but I liked the whole concept of Street Fighter, the characters, the moves, and the fighting community in general. So yeah, that's how I got hooked. And one of my favorites is Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. So
Okay. Question number 2, who's your main character and why?
for me,
Yeah.
depends on which Street Fighter. Let's see. In Street Fighter 3.
Well, who's your main in Street Fighter 4 and why?
4. Cody. Well, because I like his playstyle.
Okay. What is your favorite game from the Street Fighter series? I think you already answered that.
Yeah.
Alright, if you could create a Street Fighter Versus game, who would you have the World Warriors facing off against?
Let's see. Wow, that's pretty good. It would. Man, that's pretty on the spot. Street Fighter versus the Venture Brothers, I would say.
You know, each time that we ask this question so far has been a fantastic answer.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Alright, Will, I'll let you go on from there. We're on number 5.
I will have to say this. I'm going to pen this. Will Sam have jab? Have jab, Will Sam. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore.
Alright. Besides yourself, who is your favorite Street Fighter player?
And this is for me still?
Yep. We're going to run through the full time with you, and then we'll go with Bab.
Okay, Street Fighter player. Professional?
Yeah.
I'd say Dios is my favorite.
Deus Ex? Okay.
Yes.
Alright. What is your favorite Street Fighter memory? And this can be something that you did, something that you saw, whatever.
Wow. Well, I don't really have a particular one because there's so many. But one that I vaguely remember is one of my friends playing in the arcade.
Mm-hmm.
And he was basically beating everybody. And he was trained in the Third Strike, so yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, it's not like Daigo and the whole parry thing, but the whole parry event, I should say, not thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the smallest memory that I could come up with.
Okay. All right. I still think that it's cool that that whole parry thing is part of Third Strike Online. Like, there's a mode that you can try against that.
Repeat, please?
I was saying that it's cool in Third Strike Online that they put that whole scenario in there. So you're playing as Ken, and Chun-Li goes for Ultra, or Super, I'm sorry, and you have to parry it all.
That is pretty great.
Yeah. Alright. So number 7, what is your favorite video game of all time?
Oh, video game outside of Street Fighter.
It doesn't matter. It could
Wow.
be Street Fighter, whatever.
Alright, my favorite video game outside of Street Fighter would be No More Heroes.
Okay. Alright. So, there's that new one coming out, right? For PlayStation?
Lollipop King.
Oh,
Red
yeah,
Light-
that's ironic because my Heroes Paradise or
Yeah, something like that.
Take it off the Wii on PlayStation.
No, I'm not. Well, yeah, I mean, there's the 2 for the Wii, but they decided to port it over to the PlayStation as well. I think it's number 1 with a few bonus things. I'm not sure on that though.
Okay.
Alright, so, number 8. Who would win in a fight? Gil from Third Strike or Seth Killian's beard?
I'm sorry, repeat. That was.
Okay, it's...
Sorry, repeat the question.
Okay, who would win in a fight? Gil from Third Strike or Seth Killian's beard?
Oh wow, that is. I don't know what powers the beard has, so I would go with Gil.
Okay. Alright, so right now he's 50-50. Hi, I'm Nasty went with Seth Killian's beard, so I think Bab's going to be the tiebreaker on that. Alright, if you had to watch either Street Fighter the movie with Van Damme or Legend of Chun-Li, which would you choose?
Van Damme.
Alright. And finally, what advice do you have for all the other Street Fighters out there?
Well, I'm not a pro, so the best advice that I can come up with is just train with whatever character you feel comfortable with, and it's not about winning or losing, it's just how you play the game and have fun.
Alright. Alright, so, Bab.
Yeah.
Alright, your turn. Alright. How did you get into Street Fighter?
Well, it all started back in the golden age of 1994. And in that year, I was constantly going to the laundromat. I think somewhere in Culver City next to 99 Center. But anyways, I just remember first just seeing this odd-looking game with funky character design that really just, I guess it appealed to me when I was young, because the second I saw some Indian stretch his arms so inhumanly, like, for some reason I just started. And I remember just spending countless quarters, I guess, hours at the laundromat trying to learn how to play the game. But of course, since I was young, it was mostly just button mashing and hoping I just do a Hadouken. It never actually happened at once at all until I got on the Super Nintendo. Yeah, it all started with Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
Alright. Number 2. What, or who is your main character and why?
In Street Fighter 4?
Yeah.
Now this is the hard part. I have a lot of fun characters. You could say my main, if I use them most, is Bison. But I'd say it would have to be Yang. Even though he's one of the brothers, people usually like to hit on him, I don't think he's as broken as they say. The thing is, Yoon, that's a completely different story. But Yang, I always loved him from Third Strike, and you know, even though they made him better, I still say he's my main. Because I just like the whole, I don't know, his hair, it looks like that one character from Gundam Wing.
From Gundam Wing, you said?
Yeah, because
Nice.
the Max or trademark he used, I probably got the name wrong completely, but he has the same exact spiky hair that
His headset's cutting out again.
Yeah, I know. You're totally cutting in and out again.
Hey, am I good now?
No.
Really, I'm not good.
You're still cutting in and out.
The connection.
That's fine. I'll try and reiterate what you say, from what I can understand of it. Your main character's Yang, and you like his hair. I got you.
Yeah.
Alright. What is your favorite game from the Street Fighter series?
I guess since I'll just say this right now. I never really played the Alpha. only
Okay.
twice, because it would just be at random Mexican food restaurants where they happen to have an arcade cabinet, and it happened to be Street Fighter Alpha. But the one that actually got me into Street Fighter, I'd say got me professionally into Street Fighter, got me actually into thinking about strategies and combos and things, was Street Fighter through Third Strike. I never played New Generation or Second Impact before I played Third Strike. But for some reason, something about Third Strike just absolutely fascinating. Even though the characters, I realized even at a young age, they were kind of, I don't know, mishmash. But I'm gonna have to go with some of the majority. Third Strike. That game was amazing.
Nice. Alright, if you could create a Street Fighter versus game, who would the World Warriors face off against?
Let's see. I'm trying to think of something that I would really enjoy.
That's fine.
How about Street Fighter versus Pepsi?
I'm sorry, Street Fighter versus what?
Street Fighter versus Pepsi Man.
Versus Tatsu Man?
Pepsi Man.
Tekka Man.
I'm saying Pepsi Man, as in the soft drink.
Pepsi
Oh,
Man.
Pepsi Man. What
I've
the
never heard
hell?
of him.
And his stand-up. I mean, it would be great. All attacks would just instantly bounce off of his bulging body and create some form of chaotic shockwave that destroys the face fighting opinion.
Nice. Alright.
Will,
Yeah,
Will,
Fame,
I
go ahead
think
and
you
take
forgot to. I think you forgot to prep the guests and tell them not to smoke dope before we
Yeah.
interviewed them.
No. I'm really saying I am not on any form of cool.
And he's just on Pepsi, that's all. So if any Pepsi advertisers want to, sponsor us, Pepsi Man versus Street Fighter.
It's like totally awesome.
All right, Bab. Besides yourself, who is your favorite Street Fighter player?
Besides myself, oh man, that's such an egotistical thing to say, but let's see. I would have to say, actually kind of hard, but after meeting Sako, I don't know, there's something about him that, Daigo was okay, but Sako just had this this thing about him that I instantly respected him the second I played him. So, the thing is, he destroyed me, but before I even touched the arcade stick, I had this obvious respect. Almost really had to. But the stuff I've seen him do in both Third Strike and Street Fighter 4, I don't know. The efficiency of his link is kind of scary to me, but I'd have to stop him.
Alright, so Bab thinks Sako. I was very impressed with the interview I saw with Sako also. He seems like a really good guy. Alright, what is your favorite Street Fighter memory?
Oh. Now this one, I don't have to think about, because this is when I was visiting my cousin's family, so I'd say like 4 or 5 years ago, and that's when I actually thought I was good at Street Fighter 2 Third Strike, only because I was able to use Akuma, constantly jump into an air top spot. For some reason, I don't know what happened, but at the arcade session, I think it was the Mexican, I was able to get like a 50 win streak in that game, and all I was doing literally was doing Tatsumaki, air Tatsumaki, and they would try to parry, they would hit by it and start to juggle, and a huge line formed up at that arcade cabinet. I couldn't even believe that I was doing probably until a guy came over and yeah.
Alright, you're cutting completely in and out now, down to nothing sometimes.